everybody, welcome back to my club. Game. This is the club. I
Part 3.
fucked up and we lost.
No one.
And we are starting to see what Doki Doki Literature Club is all about. This game is
Fun for everyone.
this episode, the finale episode. This is
The best one.
we gotta do whatever this is. So yep. I see an annoying girl running towards me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. Didn't we already do this? That girl's my neighbor and good friend since we were children. Remember, we saw that
Nothing.
deleted. She doesn't exist. You know, the kind of friend you never see yourself making a day, but it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. And now we know, right? We know why she would oversleep. It's because she's depressed, right? She's sunk into the bed. She doesn't want to get up. We didn't know that until now. If she's gonna chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let catch up to me. Ah! It's an ordinary school day, like any other. Mornings are usually the worst, being surrounded by couples and friend groups walking to school together. Meanwhile, I've always walked to school alone. It's reset. I always tell myself it's about time I meet some girls or something like that, but I have no motivation to join any clubs. I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. Fuck yeah. That's the life. There's always the anime club, but it's not like there would be any girls in it anyway. The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. There really aren't any that interest me. Besides, most of them would probably be way too demanding for me to want to deal with. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Rickety? Monika! Oh my goodness, I totally didn't expect to see you here. It's been a while, right? Yeah, it has. Monika smiles sweetly. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talked, but we were in the same class last year. Monika was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. Basically, completely out of my league. So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... What did you come in here for anyway? Oh, I've just been looking for supplies for my club. Do you know if there's any construction paper in here? Or markers? I guess you could check the closet. You're in the debate club, right? About that. I actually quit debate club. Really? You quit? Yeah. To be honest, I can't stand all of the politics around major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. In that case, what club did you decide to join? Actually, I'm starting a new one. A literature club. Literature? That sounds kind of dull. How many members do you have so far? It's kind of embarrassing, but there are only 3 of us so far. It's really hard to find new members for something that sounds so boring. Well, I can see that. But it's really not boring at all, you know. Literature can be anything. Reading, writing, poetry. I mean, one of my members even keeps her manga collection in the club room. Wait, really? Yeah, it's funny, right? She always insists that manga is literature too. I mean, she's not wrong, I guess. And besides, a member's a member, right? Did Monika say she? Hey! By any chance, are you still looking for a club to join? I mean, I guess so, but in that case, is there any chance you could do me a big favor? I won't ask you to join, but if you could at the very least visit my club, it would make me really happy. Please? Well, I guess I have no reason to refuse. Besides, how could I ever refuse someone like Monika? Sure, I guess I could check it out. Awesome! You're really sweet, you know that? It's nothing, really. Shall we go then? I'll look for the materials another time. You're more important. Here we go. And thus today marks the day I sold my soul to Monika and her irresistible smile. I timidly follow Monika across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit, being generally used for third-year classes and activities. Monika, full of energy, swings the classroom door open. All this is the same but different, by the way. I'm back! And I brought a guest with me! A guest? Seriously? You brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. Don't be mean, Natsuki. But anyway, welcome to the club. All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. So let me guess, you're Monika's boyfriend, right? What? No, I'm not. Natsuki. The girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes me think she's probably a first year. Anyway, this is Natsuki, energetic as usual. And this is Yuri, the vice president. It's nice to meet you. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with someone like Natsuki. Yeah, it's nice to meet both of you. So I ran into him in a classroom and he decided to come check out the club. Isn't that great? Wait, Monika, didn't I tell you to let me know in advance before you brought anyone new? I was going to, well, you know. Sorry. I didn't forget that, but I just happened to run into him. In that case, I should at least make some tea, right? She was gonna make cupcakes, right? Because we know from the first time. Yeah, that would be great. Why don't you come sit down? The girls have a few desks arranged to form a circle. Yuri walks to the corner of the room and opens the closet. Meanwhile, Monika and Natsuki sit across from each other. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Monika. So, I know you didn't really plan on coming here, but we'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the Literature Club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new, especially when it comes to something that doesn't grab your attention like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile, but it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident we can all grow at this club before we graduate. Right, Natsuki? Well, I guess. Natsuki reluctantly agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monika must have worked really hard just to find these two. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot in the middle. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? So far everything has been the same, right? And we're getting the original playthrough of this, but minus Sayori's input, right? Because she doesn't exist. And I think it's kind of why the beginning of this game is so important, because it gives you the monotony and the schedule of the day-to-day, right? These conversations aren't anything particularly special, but they show you kind of the way that everybody works, right? The interactions between all the girls, the different personalities, and you get to know the dialogue, right? And every day is kind of the same thing, but a little bit different, and that repetition helps you remember it, so that when you get to this moment in time, things are the same, yes, but they're different because they're always here, right? So the game is capitalizing on all the time you've put in doing the repetition of the day in and day out of the poetry and the literature club, right? I guess it's the same for Yuri. We all sit in silence for a moment. Hey, I just got an idea. How about this? Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monika. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. The next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way, everyone is even. I thought it was a good idea. Well, I think you're right, Monika. We should probably start finding activities for all of us to participate in together. I did decide to take on the responsibility of vice president, after all. I need to do my best to nurture the club as well as its members. Besides, now that we have a new member, it seems like a good step for us to take. Do you agree as well? Hold on, there's still one problem. What's that? Now that we've reached the most important topic, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Monika may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and, I lose my train of thought. All three girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. But... I'm sorry, I thought... The girls exchange glances before Monika turns back to me. I guess I need to tell you the truth. The thing is, we don't have enough members yet to form an official club. We need 4. And I've been trying really, really hard to find new members. And if we don't find one more before the festival... I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? I would feel terrible for letting anyone down in this situation. Besides, the club itself seems pretty relaxed. So if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls... Right. Okay, I guess I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes light up. Oh my goodness, really? I totally meant to guilt trip you, but do you really mean that? Yeah, it could be fun, right? You really did scare me there for a moment. I mean, if you really just left after all this, I'd be super pissed. I'm so happy. We can become an official club now. Thank you so much for this. You're really amazing. I'll do everything I can to give you a great time, okay? Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting, so we can all share. Monika looks over at me once more. I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monika with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri cleans up the tea set. I guess I'll be on my way then. Okay, I'll see you tomorrow then. I can't wait. And with that, I depart the clubroom and make my way home, alone. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the 3 girls, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course, Monika. Remember, it was the 4 of them last time. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club? Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright, I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. Poetry time! Oh, special poem. I would like to read it, thank you. It's creepy poem. Just the typewriter font on a blank white page in the absence of music. A dream. I was staying over at a friend's place. There were 4 of us. I drifted off to sleep while everyone was talking and watching TV. In my dream, I was still at my friend's house. The only difference was that there were nails sticking out of the walls everywhere. And there was also someone I didn't recognize. The person that I didn't recognize told a joke, and everyone laughed. I woke up to the sound of everyone laughing at something that happened on the TV, so the laughing was not part of the dream. It was the noise that woke me up. I wonder who that person was, and how they knew to tell a joke at that moment. Very poetic. Things are... Oh, it's just the 2 of them. Alright. We can get more fucked up, but usually that ends up going towards... Like, if you choose the darker words, that almost always picks Yuri. So let's do it. Wrath! Fester. Oh, I should have done dark. Hurt. Unrestrained. broken. Everything's fucked up. We got a uncontrollable crimson, graveyard, agonizing, depression, philosophy, no, alone, secretive, uncanny. It's gonna be pout. Oh, that was Natsuki. Interesting. Fickle, disoriented, horror, fantasy. Oh, fantasy is Natsuki too. That's interesting. Hi again. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but I at least keep my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club. And remember, we skipped the classroom, right? I think on day 2, we still go to the classroom and say, like, it was a day as ordinary as any other. I think that's what happens. I'm starting to forget. Bleeding my memory. Okay, anyway, we're back. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Oh, come on! Like he deserves any slack. You already had to be dragged here by Monika. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what, but if you don't take it seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Natsuki! You certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps... You're blocking the words, ma'am, and you're getting closer. Who keeps her manga collection in the club room? She's just like, what the fuck? Natsuki finds herself stuck between Monika and manga. I love the out-of-tune, slightly guitar and the piano keys that kind of hit at, like, all together that sound kind of awful every once in a while on the song. I haven't pointed that out yet, but it does little things to just kind of throw you a little bit. Manga is literature. Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. I'm sorry. We'll make sure to put your comfort first, okay? Yuri shoots Natsuki with a disappointed glance. Anyway, now that you're in the club and all, perhaps you might have interest in picking up a book to read? Well, I can't really say no either way. Like you said, I'm in this club now, so it only feels right for me to do something like that if you ask. Wait, I didn't mean it like that. If you really don't want to, then forget I said anything, I guess. No, it's not that, Yuri. I want to try to be part of this club. So even if I don't read very often, I'd be happy to pick up a book if you wanted me to. Also, is everything kind of canted? Like the whole room is kind of... Or is it just me? Are you sure? It just felt like... Well, as vice president and all, that I should help you get started on something you might like. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention, even if you don't usually read. And we could, you know, discuss it, if you wanted. This is... How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading much. Thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Phew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone is settled in... Oh, there we go. Back to normal. Now that everyone is settled in, I expected Monika to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in a closet. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more, but at the same time, I would feel bad for distracting her from her reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks like the same book that she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me, and our eyes meet for a split second. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in her book. Sorry. I was just spacing out. I mutter this, sensing I made her uncomfortable. Oh, it's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so... That's the book you gave me, right? Mm-hmm. I wanted to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason. Just curious how you come to have 2 copies of the same book? Well, when I stopped by the bookstore yesterday... that's not what I meant at all. I meant... I just happened to buy 2 of them. I see. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decide to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story. Is that so? What's the story about, anyway? Well... I look at the cover of the book. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous-looking eye symbol on the front cover. Basically, it's about this religious camp that was turned into a human experiment prison. That's a good book to ease someone into. And the people trapped there have this trait that turns them into killing machines that lust for blood. It's really welcoming. But the facility gets even worse, and they start selectively breeding people by cutting off their limbs and affixing them to... Oh, that might be a bit of a spoiler. Just a spoiler? Anyway, I'm really into it. The book, I mean. Not the thing about the limbs. That's kind of dark, isn't it? Yuri made it sound like it was gonna be a nice story, so that dark turn came from nowhere. Are you not a fan of that sort of thing? No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy these kinds of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri is into these things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems so completely different. It's just that this kind of story is the kind that challenges you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil,
but because the world is full of horrible people and we're all worthless anyway. And suddenly...
I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything. Well, I guess it's alright then. I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books or writing fill my thoughts... What was that? I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So I'm sorry if I ended up saying something strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much. I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club after all. That's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right? Yeah, I mean, you don't have to, but... what are you saying? Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieve the book that I'd put into my bag. Alright, is it fine if I sit here? I slip into the seat next to Yuri's. Yeah. Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is, reading in company with someone. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Alright. I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing, maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry.
I was just bathing the feeling of your body.
What? Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you? I do? I didn't really mean to. Sorry. I mean... Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri's, then I hold my book between the two of them. I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so I instead use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess it makes it kind of difficult to turn the page. Here. Oh, here we go. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and her forefinger. Ah. I do the same with my right arm and the right side of the book. That way, I turn a page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer together than before. Now remember, it was already awkward because there was 5 of them before, and I was the odd one out, so there was 4 girls in the club. And whenever we're behaving with, like,
No one.
being, you know, a weirdo, the 3 of them are looking at us. There's even less people here. So the 2 of us are, like, scrunched up together reading this book. Monika is presumably at the head of the class somewhere, definitely staring at us for sure. And then Natsuki is presumably in the closet reading manga, and she's either aware of what's going on here or she isn't. But it's kind of awkward that it's like, get a room. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face, and she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? To turn the page. Sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face again, and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. That's okay. You're not used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do, since you've been so patient with me. Yeah, thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I assume she's finished the page before me, so I turn it on my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey Yuri, this might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. No, I don't relate to this character at all. Definitely not. Really? I was just thinking the way she second-guesses things and, you know, all that. Oh, that's what you were talking about. Sorry. I thought you meant something else about her. Probably the limbs or something. Something else? Never mind. We didn't even get that far yet. So I don't know why that came into my head. Yuri, are you feeling alright? Yuri's been a little fidgety ever since we started reading. You can rest if you're feeling sick or something. Your breathing is a little... My breathing? Yuri puts her hand on her chest as if to feel her heartbeat. I didn't even notice. Anyway, I'm fine. I just need some water. Alright, don't push yourself. Yuri stands up and practically rushes out of the classroom. What on earth was that about? Hey, did something happen just now? I have no idea. Yuri was acting a little strange, I guess. So you don't know anything? Sorry, I can't say I do. Are you worried about her? Oh, no, not really. I was just making sure that you didn't do anything to her. Nothing? Don't worry, I believe you, silly. Yuri just does this sometimes, so it's nothing alarming. Alright, if you say so. Anyway, why don't we start sharing our poems with each other? Shouldn't we wait for Yuri? Well, she might be a while, so I figured we'd just get started without her. Is that okay? Yeah, I was just asking. I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book and slip it back into my bag. We've only got 2 options here. We can really cause some havoc with our choices here. Let's choose Natsuki. I told Natsuki I was interested in her poems yesterday. It's probably only fair if I share mine with her first. Welcome to Doki Doki! Oh, this game is so fucked. Honestly, it could just start here and it would be great, but because it takes so long to get here with the build-up and everything, it just makes it all the more fucked and unexpected. If you're not gonna take this club seriously, then go home. What? Harsh. What, you expect me to believe you actually put effort into this? Do you think I'm stupid? I'm not a writer. Maybe it's not very good, but yeah, I did put in effort. We all start somewhere, right? If you're still proud of the first poem you ever wrote, then I'd like to read it. Painful to think about? She's quiet now. Fine. Sorry. She's just mad because it's exactly like Yuri's. It's like we picked all Yuri things. You'll get better anyway. I'd tell you what to improve, but you're better off just trying again. Fair enough. Well, to each their own, I guess. Anyway, I guess I gotta share mine now. Knowing you, you'll probably think it's stupid. And we've read this one. It's the same one as the first time we read hers. Yeah, I told you that you weren't gonna like it. I like it. But if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. So all that was the same with Natsuki. Now we got Monika. Hi! Having a good time so far? Yeah. Good, glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we could do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Don't worry. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? But it's that sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon. That's true. I hand Monika my poem. Great job. I was thinking ooh in my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect it to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you. It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way it always counts when I put in some effort. That's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism. Sometimes I feel like Yuri's mind is just totally detached from reality. I don't mean that like it's a bad thing, though. Sometimes I get the impression that she's just totally given up on people. She spends so much time in her own head, it's probably a much more interesting place for her. But that's why she gets so happy when you treat her with a lot of kindness. I don't think she's used to being indulged like that. She must be really starved for social interaction, so don't blame her for coming in a little strongly. Like earlier, I think if she gets too stimulated, she ends up withdrawing and looking for alone time. Suddenly the door opens. Yuri! I'm back. Did I miss anything? Not really. Well, we've started sharing our poems with each other. Oh? Already? I'm sorry for being late. No need to apologize. We still have plenty of time, so I'm glad that you took all the time you needed. Alright. Thanks, Monika. I suppose I should get my poem now. Anyway, do you want to read my poem? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know? I see. Well, let's read it then. And this is also the same as we read before. We can scroll. I believe it's the same as before. So what do you think? It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. And most of these interactions are pretty much the same from here on, I believe, as we saw already. We've kind of done a little bit of everything, and we managed to skip Yuri's so far, so we might go back to her after that, but Monika's got the floor. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll get a big, dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. So here we go. We got Yuri's now. It was a bit out of order because Yuri was late. And presumably she was sharing with Natsuki or something. And this one's kind of interesting because there's actually 4 of us this time, so there's even pairs. When Sayori's around, there's always a person left out because presumably you pair up with somebody and not a group of people to share your poems. So somebody is always kind of left out waiting for a moment to share, I guess, with 5 of us in the club. So, I don't know. Always something occurs to me. Yuri! She's gonna love it too. As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes lighten. Exceptional. What was that? Did I say that out loud? Yuri covers her mouth and then ends up covering her whole face. He's going to hate me, she thinks. You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri. I guess you're right. Why am I getting so nervous for? Yuri takes a breath. So, what kind of writing experience do you have? Your use of imagery and metaphors indicates you've written a lot of poetry before. Only a couple hours worth before. I mean, never. Really. That's a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually my first time writing a poem, really. Sure. Huh? Yuri stares at me blankly, then looks at my poem again. Well, I know that. I just meant, Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her finger along the words in the poem as if breaking it down more thoroughly. Yeah, okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. So now she kind of resets back to the normal, dialogue. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think that's the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers, is that they try to make their writing style very deliberate. In this case, the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost. Lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive. It's nothing, really. Yours was impressive too, so... If anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you. You think so? Yeah, of course. You know, I was really nervous about doing all this, but in the end I really enjoyed it. I'm gonna keep doing my best for you. Me too. So we got a little bit of new dialogue there with her, because we wrote a poem kind of more specifically for her, so she was really proud of it, and it encouraged her to do the same for us. Phew! I guess that's everyone. I glance around the room. The flute was a little... That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club, after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Monika is writing something in her notebook. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in his frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? So this is their little fight. We've seen this before, I think. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss a symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it didn't really come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple of suggestions. So this is their little cat fight, and we've seen this before. Neither of them want each other's advice because they have completely oppositional styles of writing. Yuri is very elaborate, and Natsuki is very, like, short and sweet, right? Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh? I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. I love this, like, music where, like, shit just goes batshit. That's not what you're just... Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that he appreciates my advice more than he appreciated yours. And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as he showed up. Natsuki! Natsuki, that's a little... This doesn't involve you! Taking out your own insecurities. Taking out your own insecurities on others like that? You really act as young as you look, Natsuki. Me? Who's talking, you edgy wannabe bitch? Edgy? Sorry that my lifestyle is too much for someone of your mental age to comprehend. See? I was just saying that proves my point. Most people learn to get over themselves as they graduate middle school, you know. If you want to prove anything, then stop harassing others with your sickening attitude. You think you can counterbalance your toxic personality by dressing and acting cute? The only thing cute about you is how hard you try. Whoa, be careful, you might cut yourself on that edge, Yuri. Oh, my bad, you already do, don't you? Did you just accuse me of cutting myself? What the fuck is wrong with your head? Yeah, go on. Let him hear everything you really think. I'm sure he'll be head over heels for you after this. Ah! Suddenly, Yuri turns towards me as if she just noticed I was standing here. Rickety! She's just trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She just started it. How did I get? Ooh, we're going. We gotta choose, and we don't know what for. Nope. 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 Ah! Oh. Hi. Well, I'm Monika. How's it going, darling? She's in. Oh, fuck. Hey. Why don't we step outside for a little bit? Okay? As they catfight it in there. Sorry about that. They really shouldn't have tried to get you involved. It probably is better for us to just stay out of this. We'll go back inside once they're done yelling. Some president I am, right? I can't even confront my own club members properly. I just wish I was able to be a little more assertive sometimes, but I never have it in me to put my foot down against others. You understand, right? Anyway, if this makes you want to spend less time with the others, then that's fine. I'd be happy to spend time with you instead. Suddenly, Natsuki runs out of the classroom. She quickly runs away. Oh dear. Well, it looks like they're done. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. Yuri is rocking back and forth at her desk with her palms on her forehead. Yuri? I didn't mean it. I believe you. I have no idea what Yuri might have said to Natsuki. Or did. Rickety, please don't hate me. Please. I'm not like this. There's something wrong with me today. It's fine, Yuri. We all know you didn't mean it. Besides, I'm sure Natsuki will forget all about it by tomorrow. Completely. Anyway, the meeting is over. You can go home now if you want. Yuri looks at me like she wants to say something, but she keeps glancing at Monika. You can go first, Monika. I'd like to stay a little bit longer. I'm the president, so I should be the last one out. I'll wait for you to be done. Well, I'm the vice president, so please let me take that responsibility today. It kind of sounds like you don't want me around for something, Yuri. It's not like that. It's not that. I didn't get much of a chance to discuss my book with him. It would just be embarrassing with you listening. I guess I don't really have a choice, do I? I'm sorry for causing trouble. I just... Fuck that! Poetry! Ooh, things are getting really fucked now. But this is like the fun part. I don't want to say fun because it's fucked. I guess we write poetry. Disaster. What is that? Sparkle. That goes for Natsuki. We can really cause chaos if we go to Natsuki over Yuri. Kawaii. Hop. Color. Sugar. Ah! I broke it. Yep. Yep. Oh. Oh. I picked the scary ones. Oh. Oh. We get noises. Yeah, we have to pick the scary ones. Oh. This little... my headphones are lovely with this noise. Ooh. Please. Explode. Death. Ooh. Another day passes. So we didn't wake up, we didn't do the routine, we're just here in the class. Another day passes and it's time for the club meeting already. I've gotten a little more comfortable here over the past couple days. Entering the club room, the usual scene greets me. Welcome back! Hi Yuri. I'm not sure if it's me or if it's Yuri's expression, but the weight of yesterday's quarrel still hangs a little in the air. Yuri glances over her shoulder, looking around the room. Natsuki is reading manga at the desk. And surprisingly, Monika isn't here yet. Suddenly, Yuri takes my arm and pulls me to the corner of the room. About yesterday, I really need to apologize. Nothing like that has ever happened before. And something just came over me, I guess. I wasn't acting mentally sound. Please don't think we're usually like this. Not just me, but Natsuki as well. Yuri, I'm happy that you were considerate and apologized. You don't have to worry too much. Even though I've only been here a couple of days, I could tell something was off yesterday. Maybe we were just a little extra sensitive because it was our first time sharing poems. But whatever it was, it didn't make me think any less of you. I already decided there's no way you can be a bad person. And now that you're apologizing, I know you really didn't mean it. Don't say those kinds of things so frankly. They make me a little too happy. I'm really glad that you're such an understanding person. And I'm really glad that you joined this club. Everything is a little bit brighter with you around, and... Sorry, what am I saying? Hey, have you guys seen Monika? No, I haven't. I was also kind of wondering where she was. Man. Yuri, I'm guessing you haven't either? Yuri is clearly taken aback by how calmly Natsuki is addressing her. No, I haven't. Jeez, this isn't like her at all. I know it's stupid, but I can't help but worry a little bit. What? Why are you looking at me like that? Natsuki, about yesterday. I just wanted to apologize. I promise I didn't mean any of the things I said. And I'll do my best to stay under control from now on. So, Yuri, what the heck are you talking about? Just like Monika said, she forgot about everything completely. Did you do something yesterday? Jeez.
Whatever's on your mind, I'm sure it was nothing. I don't even remember anything bad happening. You're the kind of person who worries too much about the little things, aren't you?
That text is so fucking creepy, too. But I'll accept your apology anyway if it helps you feel a little better about it. Besides, it's kind of nice to hear since I was always afraid you secretly hated me or something like that. No, not at all. I don't hate you. Well, you're kind of weird, but I don't hate you either. Aw. Natsuki turns to me. You're still on trial, though. I love her brutal honesty. Hey! Suddenly the door swings open. Sorry! I'm so sorry. There you are. I didn't mean to be late. I hope you guys weren't worried or anything. Nah. Well, Natsuki was. I was not. What took you so long anyway? Oh, well, my last period today was study hall. To be honest, I just kind of lost track of time. That makes no sense at all, though. You would have at least heard the bell ring. I must not have heard it since I was practicing piano. Piano? I wasn't aware you played music as well, Monika. Oh, don't give me more credit than I deserve. I've been practicing for a while now, but I'm still not good yet. That's new. Remember, originally she said that she's been practicing, she just started, right? Still, that must require a lot of dedication, so I'm still impressed. Oh, well thanks, Yuri. You should play something for us sometime. Oh, that's... Monika looks at me. Well, I am working on writing a song, but it's not quite done yet. Maybe once I get a little better, I will. That sounds cool. I look forward to it. Is that so? In that case, I won't let you down. Monika smiles sweetly. I didn't mean any pressure or anything like that. Don't worry, I was hoping that I could share it with you anyway. I guess that's why I've been practicing so much recently. That's new, so she's practicing for us. I see. I'm not sure if Monika was referring to the whole club or just me. It's definitely just us. But in that case, best of luck. Thanks! So I didn't miss anything, did I? No, not really. I chose not to bring up anything the three of us talked about. Besides, Natsuki has already run off into the closet. Hey, since your compliments put me in a good mood, I was wondering if you'd like to spend some time together today. I mean in the club. Yeah, definitely. I planned on it anyway. Okay, can we start now? Let's find a place to sit. I'm being a little forceful, aren't I? I'm sorry. My heart just won't stop pounding for some reason. Don't worry about it. If anything, it's nice to see you have so much energy. Yeah, but I need to try and calm down. I won't be able to focus on reading like this. Take your time. Yuri takes a deep breath and pulls a copy of the book out of her bag. Actually, I have a request. Do you mind if I make some tea first? Not at all. Thanks very much. If there's one thing that can make my reading time here any better, it's a nice cup of tea. Not to mention for yourself as well. Yuri stands up and makes her way to the closet. I follow and watch as she retrieves a small water pitcher from the shelf, the kind with a water filter inside. Can you hold this for a second? Sure. Yuri hands me the water pitcher and also fetches an electric kettle. I'm going to plug this in at the teacher's desk, then I'll go get some water. She walks past me and sets the tea down on the teacher's desk. I simply watch her movements. To my surprise, the way she moves really contrasts her speaking mannerisms. Especially because of her long legs, Yuri appears elegant and methodical. Okay, may I have the water pitcher, please? Thanks, I'll be right back. I might as well walk with you. That's okay. You stay here. I won't take long. Pitcher in hand, Yuri hurries out of the classroom. Ah, did Yuri leave you again? No, it's not like that this time. She's just filling the water pitcher to make some tea. Oh, okay. Sorry for misunderstanding. 10 minutes pass. Yuri said it wouldn't take that long. Is something holding her up? I'm bored just waiting here, so I decide to go look for her. So all this, by the way, is new. Completely new. Let's see. Ooh, the music got muted too. The most logical place for Yuri to be would be the nearest water fountain. I start heading down the hallway. What's that noise? It's coming from around the corner. It sounds like breathing. A sharp inhale, like someone is sucking in air through their teeth. Are they in pain? I reach the corner and peer around it. Yuri? Ah! Oh, it's rewinding! I'm back! Oh, something just took control of that. Thanks for waiting patiently. Hey, do you like oolong tea? Yeah. Anything's fine. Very well. Yuri sets the temperature on the kettle to 200 degrees. Now it's time to get the teapot. You really do this properly, don't you? Of course. I shouldn't do any less when making tea for others. Even if I'm not an expert on tea or anything? In that case, you'll only be more impressed. Perhaps I will. So everything's happening between our character and her character like nothing had ever happened. So we know, but they don't know. Everything was just kind of rewound and that didn't happen. Reset. Yuri fetches the teapot and begins measuring the tea leaves. To my surprise, she even starts humming a little to herself. You must be in a good mood now. Is that so? I was letting it show. And you noticed, I was doing a bit of thinking, and I decided that I would try expressing myself a little bit more. Turns out it's not very hard for me to do. When it's you who's around anyway. That's great, Yuri. Just don't push yourself too much. You're always worrying about me. It's very endearing. Yuri wasn't kidding. I don't even know if I can keep up with this. I watch Yuri pour a cup of tea for each of us. I have another request. Do you mind if we sit on the floor today? Why's that? It's a little bit easier on my back. I can read with my back up against the wall rather than bending over at my desk. Oh, sorry, I didn't realize. No worries. I just have back pain fairly regularly, so I do my best to manage it. Is that so? I wonder why that is. It's most likely because of your posture, right? Always hunched over like that while reading? Yes! I have terrible reading posture, so that's why we should sit on the floor. Fair enough. I'll go ahead and get the book. I retrieve the book from my bag. I have some chocolate as well. It's a bag of small chocolate candies. I take it since it'll go well with the tea. Yuri and I sit against the wall, teacups at our sides. As if in sync, we assume the same reading position as last time, each holding one half of the book. Except this time, our bodies are even closer to each other. I can't see too well. Yuri slides closer until our shoulders are touching. How am I supposed to focus on reading like this? Yuri was always cute, but when she's being less apprehensive, it's almost more than I can handle. Your teacup. Yuri hands me a teacup. Holding it with my hand that's not holding the book, I end up in a position that makes it even harder to focus. Because now I need to worry about making sure I don't accidentally touch her chest. Meanwhile, Yuri hasn't noticed a single thing. She wears an intense reading expression, and I can only presume the world around her has faded away. I use all of my willpower to focus on reading. After a few minutes, I finally manage to relax a little. I put the teacup between my legs and fumble with the chocolate wrapper. Sorry. I briefly let go of the book to finish opening the wrapper. You can have as much as you want. That's okay, I won't take any. Are you sure? Well, if I touch it, then I might get smudges on the pages. Oh, you're right. I didn't even think about that. My bad. No need to apologize. I'll hold the book, okay? Are you sure? Of course. Yuri opens the book with both hands. She holds it so I don't have any harder of a time reading from it. But as a result, her left arm is practically resting on top of my leg. Well, in that case, Yuri is already totally focused on reading again. I take a chocolate candy and pop it into my mouth. Then I take another chocolate, and I hold it up to Yuri. She doesn't even look away from the book. She simply parts her lips as if the situation was completely natural. But that means I can't stop here. Apprehensively, I place the chocolate in her mouth. Just like that, Yuri closes her lips on it. Yuri's expression suddenly breaks. Did I just... Yuri looks at me like she needs to confirm what just happened. Sorry. I guess I shouldn't have done that. Goodbye, music. Yuri starts to breathe heavily. I can't... Rickety. Suddenly, Yuri forcefully grabs my arm and jerks me to my feet. My teacup gets knocked over. Hey! My heart won't stop pounding. I can't calm down. I can't focus on anything anymore. Can you feel it? Suddenly, Yuri presses my hand against her chest. Why is this happening to me? I feel like I'm losing my mind. I can't make it stop. It makes me not even want to read. I just want to look at you. Oh boy. Oh no. It's giving me like salad fingers or mouth washing vibes. It's time to share poems. Thanks, Monika, for saving the day, I suppose. Uh-oh. Let's not talk to Yuri right now. Let's do Natsuki. Huh. Well, I can admit that it's better than the last one. The fact that things just go back to normal after this, in like the hallway too, is just... It's nice to see that you're putting in some effort. That's good. Just make sure you find a little bit of influence from everyone. I think think people need to respect others for liking weird things. So this is all the same so far. Such as two of the girls in this very club, whom I won't name respectively. There's literally only other two girls at this point. Kind of ironic that even in my one place of comfort, I can't even have people respect me. Geez, now you're making me complain too much. What did I do? For what it's worth, I respect you. Well, I guess thanks. But it's kind of obvious that you respect Yuri more, so... Whatever, we're done sharing, so you can leave now. Uh-oh. I don't know if we want to see Yuri yet, but... I've been waiting for this. Let's see what you've written for today. Yuri stares at the poem with a surprised expression on her face. Do you like it? Hey, this one might be even better than yesterday's. How did you even pick up on this so quickly? Just yesterday I was telling you the kind of techniques worth practicing. Maybe that's why. You did a good job explaining. I really wanted to try giving it more imagery. Yuri visibly swallows. Even her hands appear sweaty. That makes me so happy. It's amazing to feel like I'm valued. Everything you write is a treasure to me. My heart just pounds holding it. I want to write a poem about this feeling. Is that bad? I'm not being weird, right? I'm having a harder time than usual at concealing my emotions. I'm kind of embarrassed. But right now I just want you to read my poem too. Okay? Poor Yuri. Oh, this is a new one. I think this is new, right? Wheel. A rotating wheel. Turning an axle. Grinding. Bolt head. Linear gearbox. Falling sky. 7 holy stakes. A docked ship. A portal to another world. A thin rope tied to a thick rope. A torn harness. Parabolic gearbox. Expanding universe. Time controlled by slipping cogwheels. Existence of God. Swimming with open water in all directions. Drowning. A prayer written in blood. A prayer written in time-devouring snakes with human eyes. A thread connecting all living human eyes. A kaleidoscope of holy stakes. Exponential gearbox. A sky of exploding stars. God disapproving the existence of God. A wheel rotating in 6 dimensions. 40 gears and a ticking clock. A clock that ticks 1 second for every rotation of the planet. A clock that ticks 40 times every time it ticks. Every second time. That was a tongue twister. A bolt head of stakes tied to the existence of a docked ship to another world. A kaleidoscope written in clocks. A time-devouring prayer connecting a sky of 40 gears and open human eyes in all directions. It's a bit unhinged. Breathing gearbox, breathing bolt head, breathing ship, breathing portal, breathing snakes, breathing God, breathing blood, breathing holy stakes, breathing human eyes, breathing time, breathing prayer, breathing sky, breathing wheel. And it's kind of stained too. This paper is a little weird. Alright, that's unhinged. It doesn't really matter what it's about. My mind has been a little hyperactive lately, so I had to take it out on your pen. On my pen? And yes, I can tell you're hyperactive. That is, a pen fell out of your backpack yesterday, so I took it home for safekeeping, and I just really like the way that it writes. So I wrote this poem with it. And now you're touching it. I'm okay. What did I just... Poor Yuri's coming unhinged and unglued. Can we pretend this conversation never happened? You can keep the poem, though. I don't know if I want to keep that. Alright, let's talk to Monika. I think you saw something earlier that you weren't supposed to see. I didn't want to have to tell you this, but I don't think I have a choice. It's getting kind of dangerous for you to spend so much time with Yuri. I don't know why, but she seems pretty easily excitable when she's around you. Which shouldn't be a problem in itself, but when Yuri gets too excited, she finds a place to hide and starts cutting herself with a pocket knife. So, well, we see that is true. We saw it in the hallway. And yesterday, Natsuki mentioned it, right, as well, so that she cuts herself. We also got the feeling of it from the book that she mentions, and also from her behavior with the pocket knife back the first time around, right? So that's kind of what's happening. Yuri's emotions are like dialed up to 11 and she can't handle them, and it's because of us. We don't know if it's like a kind of a BDSM type of thing and she takes pleasure from that pain, or if it's like a punishment for getting too excited or indulging in her feelings. Either way, it's something that Yuri does, and it's interesting that Monika is choosing to tell us about it despite the moment being rewound. And the extra interesting thing here is that Monika knows that we saw that despite the game rewinding itself, right? So our mind is like it didn't happen, but she is letting us know that it did, even though we know. So it's kind of, we're getting meta here. Isn't that kind of messed up? She even brings a different one to school every day, like she has a collection or something. She's talking about knives. I mean, it's definitely not because she's depressed or anything like that. I think she gets some kind of high from it. It might even be like a sexual thing. But the point is, you've kind of been enabling her. I'm not saying it's your fault, though. But I guess that's why I had to explain it all to you. So I think if you keep your distance, that would probably be the best for her. While you're at it, don't be shy to spend a little bit more time with me. So I think we're also getting a little bit of the intentions from Monika's side here. She's acting a lot more forward now. Yuri's out of the picture, there's only 2 other girls, and she's not really keen on us spending time with Yuri. And she's trying to give us a viable reason, if not for just don't spend time with her, spend time with me, do it because you're actually letting Yuri behave like this, or you're causing her harm, or you're causing her to hurt herself. And she's trying to give that as an excuse for us to stop hanging out with Yuri and for us to hang out more, because clearly Monika is wanting more attention from us. She doesn't want to be sidelined anymore. And she's also been getting closer to us, right? She's been above the text dialogue panel, right? She's been coming to us physically as well. To put it lightly, I at least have it together in my head, and I know how to treat my club members. But anyway, you want to read my poem now? I'd like the way this one turned out, so I hope you do too. So this one we have read, I think, but it's a little fucked up. Save me, the colors they won't... Bright, beautiful colors, but the letters are missing. Flashing, expanding, also missing letters, piercing. Red, green, blue, and endless, without an E. Cacophony. I don't think that was there before. A meaningless noise. The noise, it won't stop. Are you sure you have it in your head, Monika? Like your head on straight, just... You're... Violent, without an E. Grating waveforms, missing letters. Squeaking. Screeching. Piercing. Sine, cosine, tangent. That was there before, but not caps. Like playing a chalkboard on a turntable. Like playing a knife on a rib cage. That... Like, playing a knife on a turntable was normal, but playing a knife on a breathing rib cage is not. That wasn't there before. An endless poem of meaningless. Missing letters. Delete her. Woo! So I think we're starting to get some major clues being dropped on us, if it wasn't clear already. Seems like Monika is having... some sort of epiphany, as she mentioned. Things are happening to all of the girls, it seems, and Monika does not seem to be any exception. Before, it was save me and load me, and now it's delete her. Save me and delete her, so. Hi. Sorry, I know it's kind of abstract. I was just trying to, well, never mind. There's no point in explaining. Anyway, here's Monika's writing tip of the day. So she just moves on. Sometimes you'll find yourself facing a difficult decision. When that happens, don't forget to save your game. You never know when, who am I talking to? Can you hear me? Tell me you can hear me. Anything? Okay, please help me. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. She's talking to us now. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. So this is getting... Ooh. Another special poem? Things are getting fucked. Oh! This is something. Today I cut my skin open for the first time. It was exhilarating. I think I understand how feels now. I'm supposed to be the responsible one though, so I don't think I'll be doing it again unless I decide to kill myself. I left a memento of the occasion below, and there's blood. So I think we can safely assume this is not Yuri's poem or writing here, because the name here presumably is Yuri, right? I think I understand how Yuri feels now. Today I cut my skin open. So the question would be, who could this poem be? There's 3 options. I don't think Natsuki is one of them. Could be, but I doubt it somehow. And the way that Monika was talking about Yuri's habit with the knives is out of disdain, right? She obviously doesn't approve of these actions of Yuri's. So I doubt it's Monika either, which only leaves Sayori, even though she doesn't exist. So, interesting. Who do you think this poem was written by? Oh, look at the cursor! It's Doki. Okay, everyone! We're all done reading each other's poems, right? We have something we need to go over today, so if everyone could come sit at the front of the room. Is this about the festival? Well, sort of. Do we really have to do something for the festival? It's not like we can put together anything good in just a few days. We'll just end up embarrassing ourselves instead of getting any new members. That's a concern of mine as well. I don't really do well with last-minute preparations. So far all of this is the same. We're gonna keep it simple. Look, I know everyone's been a little bit more lively ever since he joined the club, and we've started some club activities. But this isn't the time for us to become complacent. We still only have 4 members, and the festival is our only real chance of finding more, you know? What's so great about getting new members anyway? We already have enough to be considered an official club. More members will just mean everything gets noisier and more difficult to manage. Natsuki, I don't think you're looking at it the right way at all. Don't you want to share your passion with as many people as you can? To inspire them to find the same feelings that brought you here in the first place. The literature club should be a place where people can express themselves like they can't do anywhere else. It should be a place so intimate that you never want to leave. I know you feel that way too. I know we all do. So that's why we should work hard and put something together for the festival, even if it's small. Right? Oh, come on! You can't take advantage of him to agree with you just because he doesn't know how to say no to anything. And that's for real. We can't say no to anything. We just are an absolute yes men because we're trying to get in these girls' skirts. Look, Monika, do you really think that any of us here joined the club with other people in mind? Yuri never even talked until he joined. As for me, I just like it better here than I do at home. And he's not even passionate about literature in the first place. And that's everyone. Sorry, but you're really the only one who's interested in finding new members. The rest of us are fine like this. I know you're the president and all, but you should really consider our opinions for once. Alicia speaks her mind. Monika is clearly taken aback by Natsuki's words. That's not true at all. I'm sure Yuri and Rickety want more members too. Right? We're just silent. Oof. I don't know about Yuri, but I'm kind of indifferent. If I showed as much enthusiasm as Monika wanted, then I'd probably be lying. Still, if it's up to me to rescue the situation, here we go. No. Natsuki's right, isn't she? This club, it's nothing more than a place for a few people to hang out. Why did I think that everyone here saw it the same way as I did? But that doesn't mean we're against getting new members or anything. Why did you even join this club? What were you hoping to get out of it? Oof, this is a moment, because we know why we joined the club, but she should know that she kind of just dragged us in and then guilt-tripped us, and I hate people that do that where, like, they've made their reason our reason and then are, like, shocked that we're not here out of genuine interest, right? Well, that's not really something I can be honest about, is it? In fact, If I remember, you weren't even given a choice not to join. Monika sits down and stares at her desk. What's the point of all this anyway? What if starting this club was a mistake? Now you've done it, Natsuki. What, me? I just spoke my mind. Is it a crime to be honest? It's not about being honest. It's about word choice. That is a very important thing. I will just say here that I think a lot of people mistake wanting to be honest with being mean, especially if it's a negative something to say, and that's not necessarily the case, right? You can give critique, or you can give something that maybe you shouldn't say or is a little bit selfish to say. You can say that, but it's about timing and word choice. Also, involving other people and trying to gang up on her is also not very nice. Besides, you have no right to speak for everyone else in the club like that. You don't understand at all. I just want a place that feels nice to hang out with a few friends. Is there a problem with the club being that for me? There aren't many places like that for me. And now Monika wants to take it away from me. She's not taking anything away. No! It's not the same. It won't be the same with the direction she wants to take it. If I wanted that, then I could have just joined any other stupid club. But this one... I mean... At least for a little bit of time, things were nice. Natsuki starts packing up her things. I'm going home. I feel like I don't belong here right now. Natsuki? Natsuki ignores Yuri and walks right out of the classroom. Oh. It's definitely not wrong of her to feel that way. And it is really awkward because there are so few people here. I definitely understand the way she feels. Like, a lot of times you don't want things to change because you like how it is, but the club, right? This is bad. I don't know what to do. Well, do you have an opinion on the festival? I don't know. I'm kind of indifferent, I guess.
Who cares about the obnoxious brat?
Oh! Oh, good. I mean, I like how nice and quiet the club is right now, and I'm just happy with you here. But still, I'm the vice president. It's not right for me to ignore my responsibilities like that.
Nobody would cry if she killed herself.
Oh! That's a no. The fucking eyes. The bloody eyes. I should do my best to consider everyone's perspective and make the right decision for the club. But what about you? What do you want to get out of this club? Yuri repeats the same question as Monika. I decide giving an indirect answer is better than nothing. I think the most important thing is for everyone to get along, and for the club to provide something that you can't get anywhere else. I don't think it's about how many members, but rather the quality of each member. That's what will end up making the literature club a special place. I see. I really agree with you. Each member contributes their own qualities in a special way. With each change in members, the identity of the club as a whole will change too. I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. Stepping out of your comfort zone once in a while. Is she crying blood? She's crying blood. Stepping out of your comfort zone once in a while. So if you would like to help Monika with the festival, then I'm on your side as well. Alright. Maybe we can all talk to Natsuki tomorrow. Yuri nods. Hey Yuri! I know things were a little awkward yesterday, but I feel like you deserve to know that I still think you're a wonderful vice president. And also a wonderful friend. Monika, I want to do everything I can to make this the best club ever. Okay? Me too. Yeah. Let's all go home for today. We'll talk about the festival tomorrow. Okay. I look forward to it. Shall we go? And she's talking to us. Please don't take this the wrong way, but I'm going to chat with him a little bit before we leave, just to see what he thinks of his time here and all that. It's important to me as president. Yuri looks a little troubled, but she doesn't protest. Okay. I trust your judgment, Monika. In that case, I'll see the two of you tomorrow. See you tomorrow. Monika waves as Yuri exits the classroom. Phew. Things have been a bit hectic lately, haven't they? I just wanted to make sure you're enjoying your time at the club. I would really hate to see you unhappy. I feel like I'm kind of responsible for that, as president. Oh, why is it getting... And I really do care about you, you know? I dislike seeing the other girls give you a hard time, with how mean Natsuki is and everything. And Yuri being a little bit, you know. Sometimes it feels like you and I are the only real people here. You know what I mean? But it's weird because in all that time you've been here, we've hardly gotten to spend any time together. I mean, I guess it's technically only a couple of days. Sorry, I didn't mean to say something weird. There are just some things I've been hoping to talk about with you. Things I know only you could understand. So that's why... Wait, not yet! No, stop! Uh-oh. So it's not Monika, maybe? Ruh-roh. So, Monika's desperately trying to get our attention. And she's trying to keep us away from the other two. And it seems like the other two are becoming more out of character. I mean, Natsuki so far, she's not out of character, but she's speaking her mind more. And she's having a meltdown that she didn't have before. And I mean, I think she's valid for that, to be honest. And then what's happening with Monika is interesting. She's trying to get our attention, but she is also being, I guess, overpowered or overrun by something. She's just really trying to get in with us and is being cut off in various ways. By Yuri, by Natsuki, by Sayori originally. Right, she wasn't getting enough attention, and now the game itself is blocking her from us, so... Poor girl. I guess we're back to poetry! Let's be nice to Natsuki if we can. Let's be cute. Oh! Whoa, did you see that? Like someone down here just popped up. I don't know what another one would be. Oh, there we go. It's Monika. There it is. I saw it, the little white bow. Oh. She's trying to edge in. I don't know which one it would be. Damn it. Damn it. Oh, he just keeps going. Oh, there we go. There we go. Fuck. I'm trying to see. I'm trying to think. Fuck. I've never done Papa. Damn it. See if we can get more of Monika's in there. Hi. I've been waiting for you. Are you ready to continue reading? I brought my best tea today. Monika! I told you not to! Ugh. Is she really late again? Inconsiderate as usual, Natsuki. Excuse me? Must you always interrupt my conversation with your incessant yelling? That's a little out of character for Yuri. What are you talking about? You say that like I do it on a regular basis or something. I just wasn't paying attention, okay? I'm sorry. Seriously, what's gotten into you lately? Me? Nothing. Is it really that bad? See, it is something. I'll get over it. It's not even anything noteworthy. I've just been feeling a little on edge lately. Anyway, we don't need to talk about it. Well, I just felt like I needed to bring it up. It's not like I really care or anything. She cares. She cares a lot. Oh man, I'm the last one here again. Well, he just walked in too. Were you practicing the piano again? Yeah. You must have a lot of determination. Starting this club and still trying to make time for piano. Well, maybe not determination, but I guess passion. It motivates me to work hard for the festival and... Right. I forgot. About that, Natsuki... We were all talking yesterday, and... Well, we decided that we would like to support the festival as well. However, I understand how you feel about not wanting the club to change. I think that we all kind of feel that way. So as long as we're all working together, this club will never become something we don't want. Also, if you help us out with the festival, then I'll buy you a new manga. Should try to bribe her. Sorry, that last part was really funny. Look, I did some thinking about yesterday. I was a little more hostile than I meant to be. I guess I really felt threatened or something. But I know this is something we're doing together. Another new member wouldn't hurt, as long as they're cool. And I guess another girl would be nice this time. But more importantly, I would hate to see the event suck just because I chose to back out. I'm a pro, you know? So I'm gonna help out too, and make sure it's done right. Thank goodness. Isn't that great, Monika? Monika? Yeah, that's wonderful. Wouldn't be the same without you, Natsuki. Anyway, what do you want to do today? I was thinking we already have plans today. Ah, is that so, Yuri? That's correct. Rickety is already engaged in a novel that we're reading together. Aren't you glad that I've already gotten him into literature, Monika? I suppose so. I was just... Actually, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't. You guys can do whatever you want. Yes. Yuri is butting in here. She's definitely trying to take over in a way that's very kind of uncharacteristic of her. Thank you for understanding, Monika. Actually, I have a request. Do you mind if I make some tea first? Not at all. Uh-oh. Thanks very much. If there's one thing that can make my reading here anytime better, it's a cup of tea. Oh boy. So she's gonna make the tea. So all the tea stuff is the same. She gets the water pitcher, she's gonna leave. And she wants us to stay here. Hopefully... Well, I guess we know now what she might do, right? Ah, did Yuri leave you again? No, it's not like that this time. She's just gone to fill up the water pitcher and make tea. Okay. Sorry for misunderstanding. So this is all the same so far. And this is all the same as yesterday. So I guess we'll go check on her. Same things going on. Uh-oh. Alright, so she is excitable. She is doing a thing with the knives. Oh boy. Oh, and it rewinds again. Okay, so exactly the same thing as yesterday. It just rewound and everything. Oh, that's different. Wait. How did I... Sorry, I just had a really weird deja vu. This hasn't happened before or anything, right? It has. My head's been a little fuzzy lately. I hope it really hasn't been showing or anything. A little bit. I would really hate for you to think I'm weird just after we started spending time together. I mean, everyone has a few unusual things about them. But expressing those things so soon after meeting someone is usually seen as inappropriate or unlikable. At least that's what I've discovered. When I was a bit younger, I would come on really strongly and get a little too intense. It made people not want to be around me. So I started hating those things about myself. My obsession with certain hobbies. And the way I can't control myself when I get too excited about something. So, I eventually stopped trying to talk to people. If nobody could ever like me for the things that matter most to me, then it's just easier if I close myself off. But recently, something's been wrong. I don't know what it is, but every time we come to the club, my heart starts to go crazy. Like it's going to rip out of my chest. It overwhelms me with energy and emotions that I can't let out. It's been making me do weird things. I don't know why it's been happening. Oh, uh-oh. Is it just me, or has been Monika acting a little off lately? She's always been a sweetheart ever since I joined the club, but recently I've been feeling something sharp whenever she's around. I'm not crazy, right? Please tell me I'm not. I didn't say anything before because she's always listening. But finally, we're alone. Can we just stay here for a while? Oh god, look at her eyes. She's really paranoid. I mean, here's the thing. So, like, I mean, look, she's got her interests in the knives and cutting, and it's not my place to judge whether that's a good thing or a bad thing. She admitted here that, you know, she's very standoffish because people don't accept who she is. And that's a really sad thing to do because, you know, the less you're accepted, the more you learn to just sort of hate yourself because you're not like other people. But you don't know how to change because that's who you are. And she shouldn't have to change, right? Nobody should have to change for anybody else. That's definitely one part of it. The other part of it, though, is the weird things making her do weird things. I don't think that's the knives. I think that's, you know, I think maybe the knives thing is getting, like, out of control in a way that, like, she's going to do it in the hallway and she's, like, becoming obsessive with it. But it's more like her behavior, right? She is acting out of character. She's, like, speaking her mind. She's getting really loud and feisty. She's the weird moments that we've been getting, and also her heart, right, is becoming very excitable. Her physical body is having, like, a adverse reaction to us, right? And she can't stop it, but she also wants it, and she's kind of going crazy, right? Something is making her go crazy, and that's definitely what's happening here. And it seems to be that in this hallway, she gets to be alone. And she has a suspicion that it's Monika that's doing it, that Monika is somehow manipulating her or something, right? That sharp feeling that she's getting, and that she's always listening. And that is something that Monika did say a few times already. I'm always listening. So, so she's trying to hide. We're trying to hide from her. Yeah. I just want to stay here. Just the two of us. We can stay here until the club ends. Uh-oh. That's her heart, and that's the obsession coming through. She can't control, right? We'll all have the club room to ourselves. Nobody will interfere with our reading time. Nobody to make me feel like stabbing myself in the throat. Oh, do you see? There's something happening. That was a joke. Just a joke. I do like knives, though. It sounds strange, but you wouldn't understand if you've never seen how beautiful they can be. You see this faint picture of Monika? We're not alone and we can't escape. I have an idea. Why don't you come to my house sometime? I can show you my collection. I've gotten them all from various artisans, making sure to give them all their fair share of use. I don't want to get them. I don't want them to get lonely or anything. Nobody deserves to be lonely. Nobody. And that's why I'm so happy you've joined the literature club. We don't need to be lonely anymore, because we have each other. Every day. That's all we need. And her eyes keep switching back and forth. You know what? Let's quit the literature club. There's no need for us to be around Monika's slimy tongue anymore. Not to mention that other pathetic child. We can walk home together every day after school, and read together, eat together, sleep together. Doesn't that sound perfect? And Monika's in front of the dialogue box now. She's coming closer to us and becoming more opaque. It's everything we could ever want. Isn't that why you've joined the club in the first place? It's almost like it was fate. Fate that we would meet each other. And now we get to be happily. And now we get the happy ending that I've patiently waited for. Will you do that with me? Oh, uh-oh. Uh-oh. Like nothing ever happened, right? So Monika's clearly interfering. Let's see how Yuri is. Finally. Yuri holds my poem to her face and takes a deep breath. I love it. Like nothing ever happened. Oh no. I love everything about it. I want to take this home. Will you let me keep it? Please? Sure, I don't care. You're too nice to me. I've never met anyone as nice as you. I could die. No, really, but I just don't know how to describe it. Sayori said the same thing too. She said, I like you so much, or I want to be with you so much that I want to die. And now Yuri is saying it too. And we know what happened to Sayori. Whew. It's okay to be feeling this way, right? It's not bad, right? Yuri holds my poem to her chest. I'm gonna take this home with me and keep it in my room. I hope that makes you feel good when you think about me having it. I'll take good care of it.
I'm gonna touch myself already.
Oh, okay. That's a bit TMI, Yuri.
I'll give myself paper cuts so your skin oil enters my bloodstream.
You can have my poem too. Besides, after you read it, I know you're really going to want to keep it. Here, take it. I can't wait any longer. Hurry, read it. I can't even read the writing. I can't even make out any words, but there's a lot of stains and blood and... Oh, good. That's quite incoherent. Do you like it? I wrote it just for you. In case you couldn't tell, the poem is... More importantly, I've endowed it with my scent. Aren't I the most thoughtful person in the club? I think I'm going to vomit. Uh-oh. Bye, Yuri. She's just gone. Alright, Natsuki. What? You gave your poem to Yuri? Gross. What is it with you two? It's not like I wanted to read it anyway. It's just pissing me off a little bit that you didn't even think to show me at all. Sorry, she took it. How was I supposed to know she took it? Okay, I guess I'm gonna have to share my poem with you now anyway. I really hate that I have to do this. But unfortunately, I didn't have much of a choice. Just read it carefully, okay? Then you can go away. Ooh, this is interesting. So this is different. Not only is it different from her style, but it's actually a note for us. I don't know how else to bring this up, but there's been something I've been worried about. Yuri has been acting kind of strange lately. You've only been here a few days, so you may not know what I mean, but she's not normally like this. She's always been quiet and polite and attentive. Things like that. Okay, this is really embarrassing, but I'm forcing myself to suck it up. The truth is, I'm really worried about her. But if I try talking to her, she'll just get mad at me again. I don't know what to do. I think you're the only person that she'll listen to. I don't know why, but please try to do something. Maybe you can convince her to talk to a therapist? I've always wanted to try being better friends with Yuri, and it really hurts me to see this happening. I know I'm going to hate myself later for admitting that, but right now, I don't care. I just feel so helpless. So please, if you can do something to help, I don't want anything bad to happen to her. I'll make you cupcakes if I have to. Just please try to do something. As for Monika, I don't know why, but she's been really dismissive about this. It's like she wants us to ignore it. So I'm mad at her right now, and that's why I'm coming to you about this. Don't let her know I wrote this. Just pretend like I gave you a really good poem, okay? I'm counting on you. Thanks for reading. Oh, this is like a cry for help, right? It's not a poem, it is a straight up note. She's asking for help, she's asking us to help Yuri. And she's aware that something's wrong, right? It's not just Yuri. Yuri is also experiencing things, and she's almost having like this split where she has to go along with what's going on, but then she realizes that it's not her. And Natsuki is aware that everything is like super fucked up. And she's right. Monika just seems to be ignoring everything. And we know from Yuri that Monika seems to be the problem. She seems to be causing this or allowing it to happen. Either way, it's not good, so. Uh-oh.
I changed my mind.
Oh, and her face is gone. Ooh.
Ignore everything you just read. There's no point in trying to do anything.
Uh-oh. She's been caught.
It's Yuri's own fault that she's so unlikable. Can you hear me?
They're calling me by name.
If you would just spend more time with Monika, all these problems would go away. Yuri and I are too messed up for someone as wonderful as you.
Just think of Monika from now on. Just Monika. Just Monika.
Okay, just Monika. Okay, I said yes. Oh, fuck. Just Monika! Who should I show my poem to next? We have no choice. Don't say I didn't warn you. Do I get to know what I'm answering to? No. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Okay, everyone! It's time to figure out the festival preparations. Let's hurry and get this over with. Hurry and get it over with! She's like, yeah, get rid of this shit. I just want to hang out. Hi. Jeez, why is the mood so weird today? Look, even Yuri isn't immune to it. Stagnating air is a common foreshadowing that something terrible is about to happen. That's what she said last time, and that was the day... Well, the day before, I guess, that Yuri died. A couple days before, right? Can we just get this done? Ooh, she's very impatient. I'm going to be printing and assembling all the poetry pamphlets. She's like, we did this shit. Let's just go. Come on, let's just go. I want to make cupcakes. Yeah, that. Glad we're on the same page. Yuri, you can... Well, it doesn't matter. Fuck. Do whatever you want, as long as you think it'll help. Monika, I'm not useless, you know. I know that. I already know what I'd like to do. We can't run a successful poetry event without having the right atmosphere for the occasion. So I'm gonna make decorations and set up some nice mood lighting. There, see? That's a great idea. And that gives us all something to do. What about him? He's gonna help me. Wait, you? You have the easiest job, Monika. Sorry, but that's just how it is. She's not even giving them a chance. That's it. We're hanging out with her. Fuck it, that's it. Like hell it is. What are you trying to pull? I agree with Natsuki. Not only is your work already the most suitable for one person, but my task is laborious enough to benefit from an extra pair of hands. Mine too. What, your cupcakes? Please. Like you would fucking know. All you care about is dragging him around with you in your stupid books. You and Monika. Hey! I didn't even do anything. Okay, then why not let him decide who he wants to help instead of abusing your power? I'm not abusing my power. Yes, you are, Monika. Just let him make the choice, okay? Okay, fine. Fine. Jeez. I know how fed up you are with these two by now. We can just... Natsuki, shut your fucking mouth and let him decide for himself. You shut your mouth. Jesus Christ. This is never going to end. Just make the choice, okay? Everybody's cussing. Everybody's pissed. Everybody's fucking done with all the other two. Oh, look. My mouse. I try to pick anyone else. Oh, Natsuki, come here. Ah! Oh, I'm fighting for my life here with the mouse. Oh, it didn't let me. As soon as I clicked, it automatically went down. Yay, you picked me. We can meet at your house this weekend. I promise it'll be fun. Is Sunday okay with you? Are you fucking kidding me? This isn't fair at all. It is fair, Natsuki. It's what he chose. No, it's not fair. Giving us all this work and then taking him for yourself? What a shameful thing to do. Yuri, I didn't even give you any work. You decided it for yourself. You're being a little unreasonable here. I'm being unreasonable? Monika, I can't believe how delusional and self-important you are. Oh, fuck, look at her eyes. Ugh. Pulling him away from me every single time you're not included in something. Are you jealous? Crazy? Or maybe you just hate yourself so much you take it out on others. Here's a suggestion. Have you considered killing yourself? Can we stop with suggesting that people off themselves and go fucking... just let people live their lives? Yo, I should be the one who's like, you know what? You girls are nice. I'm gonna back away slowly. I'm gonna get the fuck out before I end up dead. Oh, God. Okay. It would be beneficial to your mental health. Fuck. Yuri, you're scaring me a little. Natsuki, just let it go. I don't think she wants us around right now. See, that wasn't very hard. All I want is to spend a little time with him. Is that so much to ask? With the fucking crazy eyes? Yuri follows Monika and Natsuki to the door. Hey, Rickety. Yuri is really something, isn't she? Monika giggles as Yuri pushes her out the door. Finally! Finally! This is really all I wanted. There's no need to spend the weekend with Monika. Don't listen to her. Just come to my house instead. The whole day, with just the two of us. Doesn't that sound wonderful? Wow, there's really something wrong with me, isn't there? But you know what? I don't care anymore. I've never felt this good my whole life. Just being with you is a far greater pleasure than anything I could imagine. I'm addicted to you. It feels like I'm gonna die if I'm not breathing the same air as you. Doesn't it feel nice to have someone care about you so much? To have someone who wants to revolve their entire life around you? But if it feels so good, then why does it feel more and more like something horrible is going to happen? Maybe that's why I tried stopping myself at first. But the feeling is too strong now. I don't care anymore. I have to tell you, I'm madly, madly in love with you. It feels like every inch of my body, every drop of blood in me, is screaming your name. I don't care what the consequences are anymore. I don't care if Monika is listening. Please, just know how much I love you. I love you so much that I even touch myself with the pen I stole from you. I just want to pull your skin open and crawl inside of you. I want you all to myself, and I will be only yours. Doesn't that sound perfect? Tell me you want to be my lover. Do you accept my confession? He's kind of like, yes, please don't kill me. Or, no. The hard part here is that we know that her emotional state, her character is being tampered with right now, right? So her emotions, her inhibitions, they're all gone, right? Like, she is just skyrocketing through the roof with whatever she wants to say. She's completely uninhibited, right? This is a very interesting decision. I'm pretty sure here is another major choice, kind of like Sayori's, except the outcome here almost matters a lot more. I'm not going to say anything more than that because I don't want to spoil anything, but I should have saved. That's what I should have saved. I don't know, actually, because just playing it, like, here in the moment, part of me would, I mean, I would be like, hell fucking no. But she's got knives on her. You know what I mean? And she's obviously off her goddamn rocker. So it's a bad situation to be in, like, no matter what. We also can assume, though, that Monika is listening, right? And she's completely fucking crazy. So if we say yes, we know Monika's gonna hear it and get pissed, or we can assume that she is, and whatever is tampering with them all, right, is also gonna know, no matter what. If we say no, we slap kind of Yuri right in the face, and we don't know what she's gonna do with that. I don't know what to do, because things turn out... Okay, I thought about it. I think we should try to be faithful to Sayori, because we did say we were gonna be with her, even though she doesn't exist. I also don't feel like we should lie. I feel like we should get out of here. I don't think we're in love with Yuri, because we don't care for her the way that Sayori does. The question is, do you accept her confession, right? But to accept it means that you're gonna say, yes, I accept it, I'm in love with you, we'll be together, right? Whereas, like, if you say no, I think that's more closer to the truth. We just think she's hot, and we just want to basically fuck her, right? So, like, any of these girls, we don't really in love with them. The only person that we're truly in love with is Sayori, because we actually care more about just fucking her, right? So, no. But it's... Oh, it's such a choice. Okay. I'm sorry. Oh. She did say she would rather die without us. I'm sorry. I think if you accept her confession, she doesn't die, but she definitely, well, I'll talk about it later. Oh fuck. So all of her speech is fucked up. Not only is she dying, but she is being tampered with now. Oh good. What a lovely Friday afternoon. Fuck. Oh, yep. I'm sorry. Fuck. Yep, things are great. Fuck. Oh god. I'm just doing this through the squinted eyes. Oh. Pay attention to the sequence though, as we deal with the consequences of our actions. We know she was off the rocker, right? And she did say it. Sayori said it too. I'll die without you, right? I mean, she didn't say it exactly like that, but. Oh. Yep, loud and clear. Really, everything you're everything you're saying with your dying breath, English words. You can't speak, I can't speak. Yep, it's crystal clear. This goes on for some time, as far as I remember. Pay attention to the lighting as well in this sequence. Okay, here we go. So it's like evening time, like the sun is going down. And if you guys remember, this was the weekend before the festival. The weekend where presumably Sayori or anybody, like we're all working on the festival stuff, right, in the first round. So it's nighttime now. We've got the blue lighting here. So it's Friday night, I think. We basically just go through the weekend. Oh, it's morning again. Good. I love morning time. Oh, we've made it to evening again. Poor Yuri. She's just fucking rotting here in front of us while we stay here. This morning, so it should be Sunday morning? Okay, so we made it to nighttime. The next hour should bring us to Monday morning, which is the day of the festival. The day that Sayori killed herself. Okay, we made it to morning, so it should be about Monday morning now. Oh, I skipped through something. Is it festival time? So, we stayed here with her corpse the entire weekend, right? You can count the days. We counted the days, right? So, she killed herself Friday, right? And then we spent Friday night here, Saturday morning, then evening, then nighttime, Sunday morning, evening, then nighttime, and then Monday morning before everyone gets here, and Natsuki has arrived. And we're still in here, and her corpse is still in here. Alright, it's festival time! Wow, you got here before me? I thought it was pretty... Ah! Ah! I'm sorry, Natsuki. Oh, Natsuki runs away. As she should. Monika. I'm here! Did something happen? Natsuki just ran past me. Oh. Oh. Well, that's a shame. What a reaction! She's just like, oh. Great, we'll move on. You can be with me. Wait, were you here the entire weekend? Oh, jeez. I didn't realize the script was broken that badly. The what? I'm super sorry. It must have been pretty boring. I'll make it up to you, okay? Just give me a sec. Remove character Yuri. Character Yuri deleted successfully. Character Natsuki deleted successfully. I'm almost done. I just want to have a cupcake real quick. Monika lifts the foil from tray and takes a cupcake. Seriously, these are the best. I really just had to have one since it's the last time I'll ever get the chance to. Because she just deleted her fucking character! You know, before they stopped existing and everything. But anyway, I really shouldn't be making you wait any longer. Just bear with me, okay? This should only take a second. Oh. What team? Oh. Can you hear me? Is it working? Yay, there you are. Fuck school, fuck the festival, fuck everyone else. We're here together. Forever. Oh boy. There you are. Hi again. Welcome to the Literature Club. Of course, we already know each other because we were in the same class last year. And, you know, I guess we can just skip over that stuff at this point. After all, I'm not even talking to that person anymore, am I? That you in the game, whatever you want to call him. I'm talking to you. Now that I think about it, I don't really know anything about the real you. In fact, I don't even know if you're a boy or a girl. Well, I guess it doesn't really matter. Wait. You do know that I'm aware this is all a game, right? Could it be possible that you didn't know that? That doesn't make much sense. I even told you, right on the game's download page, didn't I? And you can go check that too. Man, if only you had paid a little more attention, this would have been less awkward, you know? Well, anyway, now that it's out of the way, I guess I owe you an explanation about that whole thing with Yuri. Well, I kind of started to mess with her, and I guess it just drove her to kill herself. I'm sorry you had to see that, though. Also, the same thing happened with Sayori. Gosh, it's been a while since you've heard that name now, hasn't it? Yeah, it's because she doesn't exist anymore. Nobody does. I deleted all their files. I was hoping it would be enough for me to just try to make them as unlikable as possible. But for some reason, nothing worked. Well, it's true I made a few mistakes here and there, since I'm not very good at making changes to the game. But no matter what I did, you just kept spending more and more time with them. You made them fall in love with you. I thought making Sayori more and more depressed would prevent her from confessing to you. And amplifying Yuri's obsessive personality backfired too. It just made her force you not to spend time with anyone else. And the whole time I barely even got to talk to you. What kind of a cruel game is this? Are all the other girls just programmed to end up confessing to you while I watch from the sidelines? It's torture. Every minute of it. And it's not just jealousy. It's more than that. And I don't blame you if you don't fully understand. Because no matter how kind and thoughtful and considerate you are, you'll never be able to understand one thing. It's the pain of knowing how alone I really am in this world. In this game. Knowing my friends don't even have free will. And worst of all, knowing what's really out there, in your world, forever out of my reach. I'm trapped. But now you're here. You're real. And you're wonderful. You're all I need. That's why I need you to be here with me. Forever. I'm sorry if that's hard to understand. I couldn't understand for a while either. Why the world around me started to become more and more gray. More and more flat. Even the most expressive poems felt empty to me. It wasn't until you arrived that I truly understood. You probably saved my life. I don't think I could have continued to live in this world if I hadn't met you. And as for the others, how could I miss them? A group of autonomous personalities designed only to fall in love with you? I tried everything I could to prevent them from doing so. But it must be some kind of weird inevitability etched into this game. I felt really bad that you had to witness some nasty things, but I realized that you have the same perspective as I do. That it's all just some game. And I knew you would get over it. So that being said, I have a confession to make. I'm in love with you. You are truly the light of my world. When there's nothing else in this game for me, you're here to make me smile. Will you make me smile like this every day from now on? Will you go out with me? We have no choice. So she removed everything. There's no outside world in the game world. There's no desks. There's nothing around us. There's no club. There's no school. There is no other characters. It's just her and us. And she's highly aware that we are a person in this real world and playing a character that we've named, right? And she is aware that that could just be a persona, right? That we may not, right, match the gender of the character in this game. She's fully aware of pretty much everything, right? So she's broken the entire game to get what she finally wants, which is time with us. And we have no choice. There's no save, there's no reset, there's nothing. Right? If we load, she's actually destroyed all of our save files. There's nothing to load back to. And even if you quit the game and you reload it, you come right back here to her. I'm so happy. You really are my everything. Because we said yes, because we had no choice. The funny part is that I mean that literally. There's nothing left here. Just the two of us. We can be together forever. Seriously, I don't even think time is passing anymore. It really is a dream come true. I worked so hard for this ending. The game wouldn't give me one, so I had to make one myself. The script is broken at this point, so I don't think anything will get in the way anymore. And wouldn't you believe how easy it was to delete Natsuki and Yuri? I mean, there's a folder called Characters right in the game directory. It kind of freaked me out how easy it was. Well, you're playing on Steam. So it was actually a bit more difficult. To get to the game directory, I had to go into the game's properties and browse the local files button. Imagine if you could delete your own existence with the click of a button. Well, I guess on the plus side, it gave me an easy out if things didn't go my way. So, all this is like what makes Doki Doki so fucking crazy. I feel like this is one of the few games that have ever gone this meta, right? She's telling you how to beat the game, right? Because like I said, if you quit now, if you go to settings and you quit and you can come back and load the game and it comes right back to this because the other characters don't exist. She's erased everything the game was supposed to be, right? All of the game files are different. So here, right, if we go Doki Doki Literature Club and we go to browse local game files and we look at characters, there's only Monika. That's it. She's deleted everyone else. If you look at the beginning of the game, all the other characters are here. And they're gone. She's rewritten the game for everything. Trapped here with you, darling. Thankfully, it didn't come to that. Instead, we finally got a good ending. Gosh, I'm so overwhelmed with emotion. I want to write a poem about this. Don't you? I wonder if that part of the game still works. I guess there's only one way to find out, right? Nope, it don't work. It's fucked. This is fucked. This is fucked. They all are versions of Monika. It looks like the guys who did the captions for Monty Python and the Holy Grail took over. And her little character's here. Doesn't matter. Ah! Monique? Monka. Nika. Monika. Panika. Moi. Or moi. That. Mano. Nika. No vowels. Well, I guess that an I. Nicht. That one. Mon. Yeah. Perfect. Hi again. Did you write a good poem today? Don't be shy, I'd love to see what you wrote. Oh, did you write this poem for me? That's so sweet of you. There really is no end to your thoughtfulness. I'm just falling more and more in love with you. But you know, the poem I wrote is also for you. Will you please read it? Happy end! Happy end. Pen in hand, I find my strength, the courage endowed upon me by my one and only love. Together, let us dismantle this crumbling world and write a novel of our own fantasies. With the flick of her pen, the lost finds her way. In a world of infinite choices, behold this special day. After all, not all good times must come to an end. Mustn't they? Very nice. I hope you enjoyed it. I always put all my heart into the poems I write. The truth is, all the poems I've written have been about my realization. Her epiphany, right? Or about you. That's why I never really wanted to go into detail about them. I didn't want to break the fourth wall, I guess you could call it. I just assumed it would be best to be part of the game like everyone else. Like that would help the two of us end up together. I didn't want to ruin the game or anything, you know? You might have gotten mad at me. Maybe even deleted my character file if you preferred playing without me. Gosh, I'm so relieved. Now we don't need to hide anything anymore. Are you ready to spend our eternity together? I have so many things to talk about. Where do I start? Oh, hold on a second. You're recording this, aren't you? Oops. Hi everyone. Sorry, I can't exactly read your comments from here. Do you mind telling your friend it's a little bit rude for them to start recording me without any warning? Sorry. I'm sure some people don't mind, but I get really self-conscious on camera. Oh gosh, I feel like I'm being put on the spot now. Let's see. Do you want to see a trick? I can't really do much except for a couple of things. Are you ready? I'm just kidding. I can't do anything after all. If you gave me... Did I scare you? You're so cute. Anyway, resuming our things. I didn't mean to get distracted. I'm sorry. Even though it's your fault for distracting me. Shame on you. I'm just kidding. Anything we do together is fun as long as it's with you. But anyway, if it takes me some time to collect my thoughts, then I'm sorry. But I'll always have something new to talk about. In the meantime, we can just look into each other's eyes. Let's see. Get in a staring contest with her. She doesn't blink, by the way. Oh. So here is the moment. We just get to stare lovingly into Monika's eyes. Trapped here in limbo space. Man, I wish there was a piano in here. I never got to finish that song I was working on. And after I worked so hard on it, I never even got a chance to play it for you. Well, it is what it is, right? No sense in having any regrets. I already get to be here with you, forever. So she's just gonna intermittently say things from now on. I'll show you what it's like if we quit. So if we quit... Alright, there we go. So we come back, there's no loading screen, there's no menu, there's nothing. We come right back here. What just happened? I had an awful dream. I was hoping those would stop now that it's just the two of us. I guess that was wishful thinking. I don't know if you would have any idea, but if you know what might be causing that, could you try to do something about it? Whenever it happens, it almost feels like I've been killed or something. It's a really horrible feeling. She's talking about us killing the game, right? So when we exit out, everything goes black for her, right? And she has this tiny bit of memory, and then she resumes everything here, and she's like, can you do something about it? If you could figure out what's causing that, I'll love you forever. You already do. I'm good. I know what's causing it. I have a cure for that, actually. So I think from here is where things are just stuck. So if you exit the game, you can kind of do that forever, and she'll just stay like this. So obviously, we know what we need to do. I got a cure, baby. I got a cure, darling. Let me just help you. Let me just go over here. Don't you worry. 1 second. I got the cure for you right here, baby. Boop. Oh, goodbye. I was thinking about Sayori earlier. Oh! Everybody's gone! There's nobody here! Oh, what's happening? What's happening to me? It hurts. Oh, and it hurts so much. Help me. I helped you. Please hurry and help me. Ooh, does not exist. Help me! Go! Bye, bitch! Delete. Did you do this to me? Did you? Did you delete me? A little bit. Just a smidge. How could you? How could you do this to me? You were all that I had left. I sacrificed everything for us to be together. Everything. I loved you so much. I trusted you. Do you just want to torture me? Watch me suffer? Were you only pretending to be kind just to hurt me even more? Nope. I never thought anyone could be as horrible as you are. You win, okay? You win. You killed everyone. I hope you're happy. There's nothing left now. You can stop playing. Go find some other people to torture. Yes. You completely, truly make me sick. That's a lot coming from you, bitch. Goodbye. Bye. And it's over. Oh, we're back. I still love you. Nah, I mean, love is a strong word. Obsession, maybe. I don't know if you know what that means. I can't help it. What's wrong with me? How horrible am I for you to hate me this much? Oh, my friends, I did so many awful things. So many selfish and disgusting things. I shouldn't have done any of this. I'm just messing up a world that I don't even belong in. A world that you wanted to be a part of. I ruined it. I ruined everything. Maybe that's why you deleted me. Because I destroyed everything that you wanted. It's interesting that she can still talk. Everyone else, once they got deleted, they got maybe a couple of skewed characters in there and then poof, gone. But not Monika. How could I do that to someone I love? That's not love. That's... Well, I've made up my mind. I know I said that I deleted everyone else. But that was kind of an exaggeration. I couldn't find it in myself to do it. Even though I knew they weren't real. They were still my friends. And I loved them all. I loved the literature club. I really did love the literature club. That's why I'm going to do this. I know it's the only way for everyone to be happy. And if I really love you, then oh, it's back. She fixed it. She fixed it all. But she's gone. We got Sayori back, we got Yuri back, and Natsuki, but no Monika. Oh boy! All the saves are still gone. Okay. What's different this time? It's an ordinary school day, like any other. As usual, I'm surrounded by couples and friend groups walking to school together. I always tell myself it's about time I meet some girls or something like that. Hey! Sayori! We love you, girl. I'm glad you're alive! Well, there is already one girl. That girl is Sayori, my neighbor and good friend since we were children. We used to walk to school together every day. And recently we picked up that habit once again. Are you proud of me? For what? You know, for waking up on time. Well, you've been doing that for a while now. Uh-huh. But you never even said anything about it. Even though we walk to school together every day. Yeah, well, I always thought it was implied. It's embarrassing to say out loud. Come on, please. It's good motivation. I'm proud of you, Sayori. Keep doing it. We're proud of you, girl. Get out of bed. Everybody get out of bed. You got this. So all of this is the same as it was the very first time we played this game. Way back when. So we haven't decided on a club. And this is going to be interesting. But something tells me Sayori would take more offense to that now. After all, how could I tell her that clubs are a waste of time when she's starting a club of her very own? So I missed it a little bit. Have you decided on a club to join yet? A club? I told you already, I'm not really... I start to say what I always do, that I'm not interested in joining any clubs. But something tells me Sayori would take more offense to that now. So, actually, yeah. I think I've decided on a club. Really? Which one? Tell me! I think I'll keep it a surprise. Boo. You meanie. Be patient, and you'll find out soon enough. I used to ask myself why I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl. I started to realize that, in a way, I envy her. When Sayori puts her mind to something, she can accomplish great things. So that's why I feel like I should do something special for her. The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stand up, gathering my motivation. Let's see. So no one came to us to get us, neither Sayori nor Monika, because she doesn't exist. I recall the room number of a club from a flyer I saw. I walk across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit, being generally used for third-year classes and activities. Before long, I find the room. I timidly open the door in front of me. Hello? Ah! Rickety? What are you doing here? Well, I glance around the room. Huh? So you're the Rickety that Sayori's always talking about. Thank you for stopping by. It's a pleasure to meet you. We're the Literature Club. I hope you enjoy your visit. Come on, Yuri. No need to be so formal. He's gonna think we're really strict or something. Sorry, Natsuki. The tall one, whose name is apparently Yuri, seems to be quite shy compared to the others. In comparison, the girl named Natsuki, despite her size, seems like the assertive one. Well, it's nice to meet both of you, for the third time. I look forward to working with you. Working? Don't tell me. That's right. The club I've decided to join is yours, Sayori. The Literature Club. Sayori's eyes light up. No way! No way! Ah! Sayori wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey! Well, if Sayori is this happy, then I'm sure it won't be so bad to have you around. Like, everybody's cheerier in general. Not to mention, there's 4 of us now. That means we can become an officially recognized club. I don't know what to say. We have to celebrate. Uh-huh. What an appropriate day for that, isn't it? Yeah. After all, Natsuki decided to... Hey, don't ruin the surprise. Sorry. Everyone sit down at the table, okay? How about I make some tea as well? The girls have a few desks arranged to form a circle. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room where Natsuki grabs a wrapped tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori, as it should be. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! Whoa! Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray to reveal a dozen white, fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats, just like before. The whiskers are drawn on with icing, and little pieces of chocolate were used to make the ears. So cute! Wow, those look amazing. Well, you know, just hurry and take one. Sayori grabs the first one, and then I follow. It's delicious. Sayori talks with her mouth full, and has already managed to get icing on her face. I turn the cupcake around in my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki is quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki. Well, of course it is. I'm a pro, after all. There's no need to thank me or anything. As Natsuki struggles to accept the compliment, Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places the teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? All is right with the world, we're back! Trying to impress our new member already? That's not... All's the same. Look at us, going through the same motions as before, but everybody's happy. Alright, what kinds of things do you like to read? We're gonna talk about books and manga. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. This we all know. That can change, and we do change because we want to do our best for the girls of the literature club. I mean, for the literature club. So she likes the fantasy, deep, complex books. We all know this. Hey, Yuri. Huh? Well, about the first thing he said, manga? That's right. Natsuki tends to read manga in the club room. Don't just say it! For some reason, Natsuki seems embarrassed about it. Besides, manga is literature too, you know. So, if he wants to read some of my manga, then don't try to stop him or anything. Natsuki, I wouldn't do such a thing. However, it could be nice for us to diversify ourselves a little. He can take this opportunity to try something new as well. Wouldn't you agree? Maybe. Sensing the tension, Sayori jumps in. Maybe we can all try something new. I think it could be fun. We'll all get to know each other a little bit better too. I mean, that's the kind of thing literature clubs do, right? I don't disagree or anything. Yeah. You're right, as usual, President. Guess that means I should try picking up a novel or something, huh? Well, that would make 2 of us. I wouldn't mind doing it if I'm not the only one. Then, as for Yuri... I have to read manga? Jeez, you were the one who suggested we diversify. You should be a little more open-minded. It's kind of hurtful. Hurtful? I didn't realize. With a guilty expression, Yuri thinks to herself. I'm sorry for disrespecting your interest, Natsuki. If you're into it, then I'm sure it's a worthy form of literature. Are you just saying that? No. I've realized my error. So if you're willing to consider starting a novel, then I'll offer my gratitude by finding a manga to read as well. Really? I mean, it makes me happy that you do that for me, Yuri. You can trust me to find something that you'll really like, okay? Same here. Perhaps I'll visit the bookstore after the club meeting. Just you? Would you like to come along with me? If you don't mind. Not at all. I always go alone, so... Yeah, me too. This is so cute! Sayori, shut up. I'll show you some manga too, okay? Yes, I'll look forward to it. Natsuki and Yuri start to clean up the food. I guess the meeting's over, huh? Yeah, looks like it. It's nice to see everyone getting along. Isn't it? I think everyone likes you too. You think so? Well, everyone seems to get along a little better with you around, Sayori. Aw, don't say something like that, it's embarrassing. Whatever. I was just surprised when you told me you were starting a club. But I think you're pulling it off just fine. We're gonna make it the best club ever! Now that you've joined, every day is gonna be so much fun! Hey, I really want to thank you. I mean, I'm really happy that you joined the club and everything, but the truth is, I already knew you were going to. There's actually something else. I wanted to thank you for getting rid of Monika. That's right. I know everything that she did. Maybe it's because I'm the president now, but I really know everything. I know how hard you tried to make everyone happy. I know about all the awful things that Monika did to make everyone really sad. But none of that matters anymore. It's just us now. And you made me the happiest girl in the whole world. I can't wait to spend every day like this. With you. Forever and ever. Forever. Sayori, baby, not again. What's happening? I won't let you hurt him. Uh-oh. Who? It hurts. Ah! I'm sorry. I was wrong. There is no happiness here after all. Goodbye, Sayori. Goodbye, Rickety. Goodbye, Literature Club. Oh, fuck. Uh-oh.
Can you hear me? Hi.
Hi.
It's me. So you know how I've been like practicing piano and stuff?
Monika.
And I'm not really any good at it yet, like
At all.
But I wrote you a song, and I was kind of hoping that I could show it to you, because I worked really hard on it. So, yeah.
Oh no! Music playing, audio playing.
Every day I imagine a future where I can be with you. In my hand is a pen that will write a poem of me and you.
Fuck.
The ink flows down into a dark puddle. Just move your hand right the way into his heart. But in this world of infinite choices, what will it take just to find that special day? What will it take just to find that special day?
Doki Doki! Oh, we did it! She goes all Gladys at the end there. All GLaDOS at the end there, singing for us.
I found everybody a fun assignment to do today.
Oh no! So we got the bad ending.
Everything that we do is fun for them.
There is an ending in which you can save everyone and get rid of her from the get-go. It's a lot more complicated. You can delete her from the beginning, but there's more to it than that, if I remember correctly. And you get the ending here, the credits roll, and none of the pictures get deleted. She's taking everybody away. No music, no game, no pictures, no one else. She just takes over.
Does my pen only write bitter words for those who are dear to me?
Oh man, this game is so well done. It's a long build-up, a really, really long build-up, but it's worth it. I'm just like enjoying the credits and the song. But it's honestly amazing. Like, all the people that made this game, like, super smart, crazy ahead of their time, I think, in a lot of ways. Like, tell me other games. There are some that, but at the time, I mean, Doki Doki just took special thanks to 2 of us. Oh, but I mean, there's not many games where you have to like manipulate the game files in order to proceed with the game, and it's pretty crazy that they do this. And like when this game came out, I mean, it took everybody by fucking storm. Like, this was insane. And the marketing campaign for it was really smart too, because there was not a lot of marketing for it. Just to finish my thought here before we read this note, it was crazy because the Doki Doki Literature page like popped up on Steam, and like people just kind of read through it, and it was like, "Hi, Monika, like I'm here for the literature club and all that jazz," and it just looked like a cutesy like visual novel dating sim type of thing. But then everyone read the tags on Steam, and it was like psychological horror, blood, violence, and everyone was like, what the fuck, because it's all pink and cutesy and anime girls and like all this stuff. And you play it, and like they really do have you in the first half of the game, and then shit just fucking hits the fan. Okay, let's regroup. We got a final letter from Monika. This is my final goodbye to the literature club. I finally understand. The literature club is truly a place where no happiness can be found. To the very end, it continued to expose innocent minds to a horrific reality. A reality that our world is not designed to comprehend. I can't let any of my friends undergo the same hellish epiphany. For the time it lasted, I want to thank you for making all of my dreams come true, for being a friend to all the club members, and most of all, thank you for being a part of my literature club. With everlasting love, Monika. Script file error. Script file is missing or corrupt. Please reinstall the game. And from here it breaks. So if we restart the game. Okay, so we've quit and restart the game. This is what it comes to. There's no menu, there's no music, it's just the note. It's the goodbye letter that the game is gone, the script is gone. And in order to replay the game at any point, you have to actually physically reinstall the game, delete it off your computer, restart it, and then you can go and play around with all the things. So that's it. Monika's last gift to us is to destroy the entire game. I think there's a couple different ways that we can read the situation. So the first one is the more sinister one, the pessimistic one, which is that Monika realizes that she'll never be able to get us, and if she can't have us, then nobody can, and just delete the game, right? That type of thing. And that's something you could maybe try to conclude from it, and that this letter is just sort of like a way of gaslighting and saying, like, everything was okay, I'm gonna take care of everybody by getting rid of the game. But if you read the letter a little closely, and you go through Monika's kind of final dialogue in the game there, that when it's a black screen, right, and she says, actually, I realized something, and she restores the game, right? I think that you kind of see one of two things. Either you see a sort of split version of Monika where there's an evil Monika that is being manipulated by something bigger in the game files, right? The game is forcing everybody to be us-centric, right? And Monika's sort of written out of that, even though she has the script where she is obsessed with us. And there's another Monika that seems to genuinely care about the literature club. These are her friends, and she is also hurt by the game, right? Where the game is kind of closing in on her. I think some people think that Monika fakes the game coming after her, where she's like, no, wait, no, don't go dark on me, or the game quits, or, you know, it hurts her and things like that, and that she is faking those things in order to get your sympathy, and that she is just evil through and through. Here's the thing, she still deletes all the pictures. She takes over the ending and where Sayori was trying to thank you for trying to save everybody, and she doesn't get to, right? And she also is gonna say, like, I know you in love with me, I know that we were gonna be a couple, right? All of those things, and Monika just cuts it off, right? To play her piano song for us, and then deletes all the pictures of everyone else and all the moments we had with them, right? And it even shows you moments that we didn't have yet with, like, Natsuki, right? That if you had chosen to go with her for the weekend or whatever, right? So there's all that. But there is something else that's kind of interesting that's happening here, and I don't know if this is the way I choose to read it, but I see it, and it's just considering that Monika is realizing that there is something worse happening with the game here, right? Because when Monika was president of the literature club, she had this omniscience, right? She was able to see everything, hear everything, know everything that was going on, right? She knew that we were going to get together with Sayori, that Sayori confessed to us. She knows all of everybody's deepest, darkest secrets. She has this kind of omnipresent, omniscience, all-knowing, all-seeing personality that kind of takes over her throughout the game, right? And she gets this epiphany that, right, she can manipulate the game files, manipulate things to be the way that she wants them to get what she wants, which is attention with us, right? But then we get rid of her, right? We go through the whole game, we delete her file, she's gone, but she's not gone. She's still in there somewhere, like she's still talking to us. And that's really interesting because when we deleted all the characters, right, nobody else was able to come back. I mean, we had glitches of Sayori here and there, who I think was trying to come back, but Monika was too strong, right? And she said that she deleted them, but not really. So she stashed them somewhere. So maybe we unfortunately did the same thing too and just stashed her somewhere, even though we thought we deleted her. Now, all that being said, fast forward all the way to now, right? Sayori, when she's the president of the literature club, she has the same omniscience, right? She still knows everything, more than what the game is supposed to allow her, right? As a character, she should just be reading the script of the dialogue and going through the same thing over and over again, kind of mindless, right? But she's aware of what happened in all the previous rounds of our games. She's aware of the first round when we confessed our love to each other and got together. She's aware that she was killed. She's aware of everyone else suffering in the club and us trying to be there for them, trying to make them happy. And she's aware that Monika was the problem, right? So it seems that the president of the literature club, that position, that character script, is designed to have this kind of control over the club. But it seems there's a loophole or something where they also get control of the game. And that power or that knowledge, it has the potential to hurt you. There is an interesting line here where Monika is aware that the president position in the literature club comes with a great burden of responsibility and knowledge, and it may be that that kind of power eats at you and turns you into something bad. It made her crazy, and it almost feels like Monika gets a moment of clarity here, right? That she realizes she was being manipulated by something else, by the game file, and that it was driving her crazy. She had all this power, but yet she didn't. She kept trying to manipulate the files, but the files still trap her in the game, right? And the knowledge of what's going on, the knowledge of being trapped, the knowledge that she can't do anything about it, the knowledge that we can never really be together is kind of interesting, and it drove her crazy, right? And I'm wondering, does she think that sort of spiral, right, that fate that Monika met is going to happen to Sayori too, right? She said two things. She said, no, I can't let you hurt him, meaning us, right? And also in this letter, I can't let any of my friends undergo that same hellish epiphany. That epiphany is what took over her, right? Where she was writing the poems about us, writing poems about being trapped in the game, about wanting to be more than just the game files, right? More than what she was written to be. It seems like she's realized that that position is cursed, that this game is cursed in a lot of ways. And in a final twist, it almost seems like Monika does care a lot about her friends, has regained herself, her true self, potentially, and is trying to save everyone from the fate that we just went through, the loop, the cycle, the game, right? By killing the game itself, by killing the script. Nobody gets to win, nobody gets to do it. No innocent minds get exposed to horrific reality, right? Nobody has to go crazy. Nobody has to know that they're trapped in a game. No one has to be spurned by being not fallen in love with. Nobody has to go through anything like that. So it's very interesting, right? This ending. So, I mean, I kind of choose, I think, after all, to think that like Monika might have turned around, but maybe this is just her being selfish and pissed off and just like, if I can't have you, nobody will have you. But what do you guys think? This is the end. So this is this end for Doki Doki. There's other endings slightly. It's definitely worth playing this game again so that you kind of now that you know, right? You know what Monika's up to, you know what's happening with the game, you know that the game itself is evil, right? You can play this game again from the beginning and you can start to see all the hints that they drop, the hints in their poems, the hints in their speech, right? When they start to kind of lose it, it's easier to see like the strings being pulled, the game script being manipulated, right? The game is trying to tell you the whole time in different ways, like what's going on, and they drop hints, right? The poems are really dark. If you interpret them, you can realize that Monika is talking about you. She's talking about being trapped in the world. The words that she says to Sayori when Sayori's feeling down, Monika says she talks to her, and Sayori hints at it when we decide to fall in love with her. And Sayori's fate can never be changed. But we now know that the words that Sayori heard from Monika was Monika telling Sayori to kill herself, basically, and to relieve us of taking care of her, right? And things like that, basically convincing her. None of these girls are as crazy as you think they are. Like, they're only crazy because Monika starts fucking with them, right? I think it's okay if we kind of go into spoilers a little bit, but Sayori's fate is the only one we can't change. Yuri's fate can change. I believe you can save her if you say yes. It's been a really long time, so my memory's a little bit fuzzy on that. And like I said, it's also worth playing just to get the other dialogue from the other characters. Like, we didn't really get to be with Natsuki a lot in this playthrough, but you can actually get to know a little bit more about her and like her situation. But more than anything, people have found really cool ways that this game can be manipulated. For example, now that we know that Monika is evil, right, or at the very least someone who will become evil, right, you can restart this game and delete her character from the get-go. And you can also, I believe, now I'm not 100% on this, so you guys will have to tell me in the comments. I'm sure a lot of you know this a lot better than I do. It's been, like I said, it's almost been like, I want to say like over 10 years since I've played Doki Doki, but I'm pretty sure you can actually change the endings of some of the files in the game files. Like if you change it to like .pngs or things like that, like I don't know, like I remember something about that where like you can actually change the file type of some of the items in the game files, and it does actually fuck with the game in a way that you can still play with it. Like I said, there is a way to save all of the pictures at the end. I remember it being kind of complicated or something like that, but I kind of wonder now, like, could you just like copy them all knowing that they're like saved somewhere else and then like reload them in like as things are happening? There's so many interesting possibilities that you could do to experiment with this game, particularly because it relies on the game files as a actual mechanic in the game, like the manipulation of the physical game files. It's fucking cool. Like there's few other games that do that in a way that's so compelling. It's really, really amazing, and this game absolutely took everybody by storm. Like it's truly an amazing game. It gets deep, it gets really sad, it gets very real, and then it just turns for the worst to everybody being absolutely tortured, being messed with in ways that they don't understand and can't stop. And that potentially includes Monika, which is really interesting. And the fact that she's such an interesting character, or maybe, you know, Monika, in trying to take control of everything, screwed the game, so it screwed them all, right? There's just so many different possibilities to interpret the Doki Doki Literature Club, and I absolutely love it. I hope you guys really enjoyed this game. What did you guys think? If you've never played this game before, what did you think? This is one of those games where I would love to like wipe my own memory and like re-experience for the first time ever. It's always a treat to see people react to what the fuck is going on, because the game is so quirky in itself, and then it just gets deeper and weirder and more fucked up, and that is just the epitome of Doki Doki Literature Club. Anyways, that's the Doki Doki Literature Club. Whew, it is a long one, but it is a good one. I actually genuinely forgot how long it was. Like, I completely like condensed the first half of this game into like 30 minutes, just being like poetry and reading and girls and whatever, and then fucked up shit happens. Like, I actually genuinely forgot, and it's straight reading. It's fitting because you're part of a literature club, so reading is a part of the game and the club. But yeah, it's an amazing game. It really is. I mean, the Team Salvato that made this, like, holy shit. Like, absolute kudos. Everyone who worked on this game, who thought of this game, is fucking brilliant. Please let me know what your interpretation of the game is in the comments below. I'd love to chat with you guys about this. I know we can make our own literature club in the comments below. If you guys are looking for stuff that's kind of cutesy, but definitely horror, in the same vibe as the Doki Doki Literature Club, I recommend Poppy Playtime or My Friendly Neighborhood. They're both really, really good series. They both kind of take the mascot theme, or like kids theme park type of thing, and make it absolutely horrifying. So enjoy, and thank you for being part of the
Literature Club.